FRISCO, the Dallas Cowboys have a 10-win team, the 2018 NFL playoffs' youngest roster, and 2019 cap space. That suggests that Stephen Jones and the big calculator guys, and Will McClay and the scouting department guys, and Jason Garrett and the coaching staff guys were all doing quality work. What this does not suggest, to me, anyway, is that Dallas is somehow facing more of a logjam than other NFL teams, requiring them to be more super creative than other teams. That'll be where the logjam starts, COO Stephen tells C.com. When you figure out how to pay the pass rusher, the corners, the receiver, the quarterback, the running back, across the board on the offensive line, and then try to pay a couple linebackers. That's when you start to have to get super creative. When you figure out how to pay the pass rusher, the corners, the receiver, the quarterback, the running back, across the board on the offensive line, and then try to pay a couple linebackers. That's when you start to have to get super creative. Allow me to politely disagree that Dallas has any more of a logjam than most of the other 31 NFL teams, or any more of the need to be super creative than any more of the other teams. We can derisively joke that asset management and cap management ain't brain surgery, but of course, it is high-level mathematics, all the better than Stephen has that chemical engineering degree from Arkansas. Still, as the team looks for ways to quickly sign team leader, captains workouts, defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver Amari Cooper, and then to eventually do the same with running back Ezekiel Elliott and others, the tools at their disposal are not necessarily super creative, they're just tools. But exploration will continue into week. Pic.twitter.com/76newsfagboot, Mike Fisher, @FishSports, March 18, 2019. Part of this is why visitors to the start today include ex-Colts safety Clayton Geathers and ex-Packers receiver Randall Cobb. In the SI interview, Stephen referred to free agency spending as a trap, but it's only really a trap, in this specific case if Dallas signs the likes of Cobb and Geathers and last week's get Christian Covington to contracts that reap no production and or B, if Dallas doesn't win enough games. And that same trap exists in the signing of Tank, Doc and Cooper, too. If the Cowboys give them big dollars but don't win big games, history will treat their contracts as excessive. And again, not only are all the traps the same for all the teams, but so are all the tools. We illustrate here how the Niners, and other teams, have created escape hatch contracts for their QBs. Dallas can and should do the same with Prescott. We already know that Dallas was willing last year to pay target Sammy Watkins $16 million per year. That's one of the reasons the Antonio Brown deal doesn't send shockwaves into the team's negotiations with Cooper, who, by the way, will get a new deal that will reduce his present $13.90 million cap impact, thus giving the Cowboys even more spending room. Zeke is a trickier deal due to the Cowboys' own DeMarco Murray-driven policy on not overpaying aging heavy-lifting running backs. Cornerback Byron Jones is tricky, so much so that given the NFL pay rate for his peers $14 million a year, I've written that he'll likely not be retained by the Cowboys. But I'm not sure where Stephen is going when he mentions trying to pay a couple linebackers. Jalen Smith is a restricted free agent this summer. Leighton Vander Esch is under contractual control for 4 more seasons. So any "woe is us" characterization of Dallas' problems, here's a hollow one. Dallas' tough decisions to make are on par with everyone else's. If your tough decisions go right, you're the Rams and you go to a Super Bowl. If they don't, you watch the Super Bowl on TV, as Cowboys Nation has now done for 25 years. Stephen has often said the Cowboys' contractual challenges are a good problem to have. That's an accurate portrayal of the obstacles. The part that is inaccurate, from trying to sign star pass rushers and maybe star QBs to mining for potential gems like Cobb and Geathers, is that the Dallas Cowboys' trials, tribulations and tools are different from anybody else's.